What the?
Look out!
Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. It's another Friday review with your host Blacky here. And today we are going to take a look at a game called Monark. From what I've seen on the screenshots, it's an anime-styled RPG game. And yeah, it looked pretty interesting, so I thought I'd give the demo a try, and yeah, let's take a look at it together. Yes, what now indeed. This is about 20 minutes into the demo itself, and it has just been a lot of story, a lot of dialogue, not a lot of action going on so far, and it just gives you, like, so far it's just been cutscene after cutscene after cutscene after cutscene, and just more cutscenes, and so many characters. Like, I understand that in a demo you're trying to get someone interested in the story itself, but there's a limit. It's just too much information all at once, way too much storytelling, way too much of the it's just too much. A little bit more gameplay would have been nice, but we will get into that in just a minute. Once you've battled yourself through all the cutscenes and all the dialogue, you finally get to have some gameplay, and it was cool, but way too short. Like, you get about 2 minutes of gameplay, and then there's another cutscene, and you get to run around a little bit more, and then there's another cutscene, and then you get to run around just a little bit more, and there's another cutscene. And it's just, yeah, the gameplay was really diminished by all the cutscenes and all the dialogue, but it was pretty cool to actually kind of walk around in the building, talk to different people. You kind of get to know a couple more characters and a little bit more about the lore. So it is really, really cool. Just, I feel like for a demo, they should have focused a bit more on the gameplay itself and not so much on the story and the gameplay. But that's my opinion of it. It was still a fun demo. It was fun playing it. And yeah, I might actually look into maybe getting the full game. It was actually pretty fun. But there's some really cool things you can do. Like, the main part of it is you walk around, there's some small shops you can go to, you can buy some health potions and things like that, just some items for the battles. Or you have, like what this person did, they have a question for you, and depending on your answer, you get bonus points in a certain sin, or your ego points or whatever. Like, I just got 20 points for sloth, which then increases my power for sloth-based ego powers. It was very, how should I put this, vague on the whole ecosystem in the game. It was very, very vague on it, but from what I understand, the higher your value in a certain part of your ego, the stronger the abilities and the creatures get in that respective part of your ego. Then there's other things, like you can find people and you can talk to them, do like very, very, very short mini missions. That's about all the gameplay you got. Then you have the battle system. Now, the battle system was really, really cool. It reminded me a lot about like a Final Fantasy kind of game, because it's a turn-based one. Obviously, the anime style is very Final Fantasy-like from the older versions, not the newer ones. The newer ones are absolutely phenomenal graphic-wise. But this reminded me a lot about the older Final Fantasy or Kingdom Hearts games, and a little bit like a D&D kind of style as well, because, you know, again, turn-based, RPG, you have attacks, you have this, you can move your character into positions. So that was actually pretty cool, very complex, and definitely a bit on the challenging side, because by the time you figure out what ability does what and how to position your characters, it'll take some time. You have to definitely get used to it. It was very, very cool. I absolutely loved the battle system in this game. So 10 out of 10 for the battle system, no doubt about it. That was absolutely fun, and I would absolutely do it again. However, that is pretty much all there is to say about Monarch, unless I get into the story. That's all you get. You get a lot of story, but it's very, very, very story driven. So pretty cool in that part. I have to give them that. It's rare to see games like this these days, so that was pretty cool. The battle system was absolutely phenomenal. I absolutely loved the battle system. I do wish the gameplay was a bit more intriguing, a bit more involving, and you actually had more time to actually run around and explore without constantly getting interrupted by said cutscenes. But all in all, pretty decent game, very, very solid game, interesting demo. I would definitely recommend it. I would definitely give this game an 8 out of 10. Hands down, 8 out of 10. Just a bit more gameplay would have bumped it up to a 10. But I think it's pretty good, pretty solid. I like it. And I shall see you all on the flip side of things.